Okay, hi
All right.
everyone.
Yeah. So we're checking in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm fairly certain I don't have anything. Yes, the Springfield Historic Commission inbox is currently empty.
Okay. Well, I did go back down to Planktown, and I talked to, I believe her name is Allie. She is the manager but I think it starts with an A, and I'm terrible at names, but I think her name was Allie. And that's not the original person I talked to, but she was very excited about it. She really thought that this would work, and so that was last week. I talked to her about it. I gave her my phone number and email in case she had any questions or wanted me to read it or whatever. Haven't heard from her. Willamette Lane, checked with them, and was told that it is, in the works with someone, but not sure. I could check on that one again. But successfully got a hold of Leah from Shelton McMurphy. And she said yes, she would be on our jury committee. And I gave her the dates that we had, somewhere between July 29 and 31. Told her about our meeting today and that I would get in touch with her. That should be something maybe we should do, is decide on a day or send it out to those people that we have and have them decide on a day.
Yeah, I think we should probably try to decide on a day and then get jurors to fit it because I mean we don't want to go around and around and around in circles with
No,
everyone.
I know.
So the Tuesday the 30th would work better for me, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. Any of those 3 days will work. It's just that one would probably be a little
Uh-huh. I think it
easier.
sounds, yeah, let me just see if um let's see. I have a commitment like 9:30 to 12:30. I could be anywhere after that or before that. Probably after that. Could be there in the afternoon on that day.
What works for you, Jenna?
Yeah, I think I can make that afternoon. Yeah, I mean, any
Afternoon.
of those 3 days, I think I can make work. And it may be that we just need to send out some time options, like some of the jurors may be
One
not available
after,
during the workday. Maybe it needs to be just at the end of the day.
right. Gotcha.
Like if we could
So do
do
we
4:30 to 6:30 or something, like, maybe that's a good time for people. Or maybe they prefer that it's going.
Mm-hmm.
That works for me. Do we want to try to do 4:30 to 6:30 on the 30th and just see what the response from this?
How that
Yeah,
flies.
maybe we give a couple of options. We could do one that's just like right during the afternoon, like 2 to 4, or something. And then one that's like on that cusp.
Evening. Mm-hmm.
Um, like selfishly, I'd love to be done by 5.
Yes, I
Because
know.
I have a workout class I like to go to on Tuesday nights, but it's okay if I can't.
That's my thing with Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
I swim in the morning, so. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So where does this put us with nominees though? So we've got tentatively Planktown and or Willamette Lane as history makers, right?
And Chiffin, right? Were we gonna get that
Maybe
one?
Chiffin. I still haven't heard back from Megan, but if she does, yeah, then that one. And then
I dropped something off at Roseboro again, and
yeah.
just trying.
Well, I guess
I haven't
where I'm
checked.
going with that is what should we like focus our efforts on curating a couple of nominees for the Preservation Excellence Award then, right? For an actual like project based thing.
True.
And I don't remember if we really had any on our list that were specific to that.
I think so.
I think we talked about the windows, the windows lady.
Yeah, yeah, like that would be if there was a specific project she could identify or something, right? Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, she would also be a great history maker long term in terms of like being facilitating a stewardship of all of these houses, right, and doing an excellent job doing it. I guess it could be that maybe there's a few different projects and that could go under like a preservation excellence award, but it's like for multiple window installations or something and not specifically one project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna encourage her to figure out how to apply. Like
Do you
even if we
think-
have one person in that category, that's fine, but like I feel
Yeah.
like we need somebody in that category.
Do you think anything that urban lumber would that be worth getting back in touch with them and pushing them towards a, I mean, if they're working on any, I don't know,
I know it's tricky because what they do,
is just take old wood and make tables, but
right, which could be cool if they have a specific tree from a specific heritage site in town and they could really spin that story, right?
you know, they were pulling logs out of the mill race at
Yeah.
one point that were old
Totally.
and
Yeah.
drying those.
Yeah. And they
but-
have used those in various projects, but I don't know if any of those
Yeah.
projects are in Springfield.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't hurt to reach back out to them, but
yeah. And maybe it's just History Maker Awards this year or something.
which is ironic because the mayor really doesn't love that category. He really thinks this should just be about like preserving houses and stuff. So that's the big irony if we didn't have any projects in that category.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people put their homes up for sale and do a lot of work on them to get them in, you know, but
Yeah.
slapping paint and a new roof does not qualify.
All right, well, I'll push on Julie and try to get one in
Mhm.
for that category. And if we get one from urban, that's great too. Especially, I mean, the question might be reaching out to them and asking them if they did anything specific with that wood,
That,
especially in a public space, like
Right.
maybe
in
in
this last
Springfield,
year.
ideally, well, yeah, in the last 4 years is the timeline.
Oh, really? Okay.
Something that like tells that story, right? Like I feel like that's almost like an educational piece or something that's
Mhm.
like telling about that. I mean, they make the award basis for our medallions and it talks about it a little bit on there,
Mm-hmm.
but I wonder if they've done that at a broader scale on something. Like is one of their installations of that wood in a public space somewhere that I'm just
Right.
maybe not familiar with.
Mm.
Yeah, if we only end up with like 2 nominations, we may not need a jury. Or if we don't
Well,
end up
or,
with any
right,
nominations,
you know,
we just, like,
maybe, yeah.
do we as a committee just award a couple of projects for a couple of
Mhm.
awards? I don't know.
Suggestions to the mayor, right?
I have hopes. I have hopes that we can at least get Planktown, Willamette, maybe
Mhm.
Chipin. But at the very least, I feel like, you know, worst case, Patty, you basically nominate Planktown and get them to like just send you some stuff, right?
Yeah, or I could even pull it out of like those newspaper articles. I think I could fill that thing out.
And then ideally, I bet Willamette is just gonna crunch it out right at the very last minute or like
If
submit
they-
it at the very like deadline, right? Like that's a lot
Yeah.
of how nominations work anyways. So you get them like 5 seconds before the 5 p.m.
Well,
cutoff.
this Friday, right?
Yeah. that's every time we submit for an award, we're like right there, 30 seconds watching the clock, like, oh my God, we have to upload it. It doesn't matter if it's done, just get it sent, you know? So I'm just gonna be optimistic that that's how everyone else is too, and that we're not gonna see them till Friday, but then there's just gonna be a bunch,
Oh,
but I doubt it.
you,
So, I would say if you can just like lock in Planktown
I'll try.
and Willamette Lane,
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
at
Yeah.
least one of the two, if we can get one in each category, we at least have someone to award. I feel like,
But
we should-
Willamette Lanes was an entity,
yeah, so we're thinking of them also as a history maker.
I
right?
think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't,
That's
they
what we had
put in
talked about.
several parks. They have put in several parks in the last 4 years, but I don't know if that, but it's promoting the town. Does it promote history? I'm not sure,
I mean,
Um,
that's why I think we talked about, like, Willamette Lane as an entity creating and fostering this living history program and doing these things
Right.
around heritage, right? That makes them a history, you know, a
Right.
steward of history, right? That was kind of,
Mhm.
we're angling them towards the history maker because of that, instead of trying to focus on a specific project.
Right.
So yes, I think they fall in that category.
Yeah, because
Partnership.
mhm.
Um,
Hmm.
which is great, but we also need a physical project. So that's where I think if I can get Julie to lock one in for the windows, even if it's just multiple houses that she's done windows in, combined into one nomination. And who knows, maybe somebody else will send one in for a house they've done and they're just being quiet about it. But
Okay.
Was the city gonna do another Facebook post this week? I don't remember. She said something, there was that email thread.
Mhm.
I don't remember what she said.
I would say my guess is probably not, like, I know there's a lot of sensitivity about the
I will
quantity
post
of-
an additional reminder next week, she said, but I guess TBD on what that means.
And where do the posts go? Do they go to all city employees or who? If it's an email, who do they go to?
It's on Facebook.
Yeah,
Oh, it's their Facebook page. Okay. Okay. I guess I don't have the city following that. All right.
yeah, the initial one went out with like a press release by email. And then
Mhm.
I think the subsequent posts have been on just Facebook.
Okay. How about, were we gonna look at the rubric? Or do you want to save that for if we even need one till next Monday?
Yeah, I totally didn't do any homework and look at that before.
Yeah, and I pulled them. I think they look fine. I do. I think they're easy to decide. People, someone who isn't used to doing, reading and grading things. I just wouldn't reread but we can talk about that, the meeting, I just don't know that we need to reread every grant because the people present have read them all.
Theoretically.
We could assign somebody to be, in charge of that one grant to summarize and maybe point out the things they think they did really well.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Kind of dividing the.
Yeah, because it will take our meeting from, here to here, and you could maybe make your exercise class.
It also, if we have very few nominations, it'll go short anyways.
Mm-hmm. But we can talk about that when we can get a application. A submission.
Cool, okay. Well, I mean, I guess we have quite a bit of time, like we'll have until basically July 30th or whatever to actually get the rubric and stuff sorted out.
And I think, yeah, so I think they look, I think you guys did a good job. You're fine. So I'm going to, go talk to Urban Lumber and see if they've done anything in the past 4 years that is in a public space.
It
And
doesn't
this
have to
is
be,
for
but
preservation. This is for the Preservation Award, right?
I mean, you can ask them where they think they would fit best in the, in these
Uh-huh.
categories, right? Like, but if they had a project that was very specifically like an installation of something,
Of
which
a
we, like,
tree,
talked about,
yeah.
you know, this wood out of the mill race, or some sort of educational piece, right? Something that could be pointed to as a project, then it would be a preservation excellence award.
Mhm.
If they're trying to go the other direction and just be like, we as a
Yeah.
company are being great stewards of this, of Springfield's heritage by salvaging these trees, and like, this is what we do,
Mhm.
just sort of as a collective whole of, not project specifically, but just as sort of a ongoing stewardship practice, and like educating the public, then I could see it being more of a history maker. So they
Mhm.
could really fall into either category.
I think Planktown is definitely Bart. I mean, it's just the person or the company that started.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
doing it for Planktown would be nicer than just doing it for Bart, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know
having
how they,
Planktown be the history maker, right? But it could be Bart. It depends how they want, who
Wanna-
wants the recognition.
right, okay.
What's
could
gonna be
be.
engraved on the
Okay.
plaque, right? Do they want Planktown engraved
What
on
do
the
they-
thing, or do they want
Mhm.
Bart engraved on the thing?
Okay. And then Willamette Lane. I'll try and run down. I think it went from one person to an, I'm not sure. I talked to Sarah the other day, like on Wednesday last week, and she said she got it. One person was out. Anyway, I'll run it down. I'll run that down and see who has it and what they're doing.
Sweet.
Okay.
And I'll follow
Good.
up with Megan again, and then I'll reach out to William.
Are
If we
we,
get William Lane and Planktown, I'm less worried about getting the Chiffin one resubmitted. I mean, it would be great if it is, but if for some
Uh-huh.
reason she's not able to do that, it would be as big of a problem, because we would have some other nominees. But
would that fall under preservation or history maker? Okay. Okay. Yeah, good point. Okay.
yeah, I did email the awards lady. I told her our basic timeline, and just heads up, we were
Doing
coming.
it.
It's coming. Carve out some time in August, September to like make the things. And she said that would be just fine. The timeline was fine, and we're on her radar. So.
Perfect. Perfect. Hmm.
Do we have anything else for today, or do we want to meet back just next Monday? Do we think that's good, or?
Yeah, we'll be able to see who all submitted and brainstorm from there. If nobody submits, then we'll have to come up with a game plan, right?
And I'll reach out to Marta and Veronica from the Friends board and throw out that July 30th date and see how that works for their schedules.
Do we want to get them all on the same email as prospective jurors? I'm just wondering.
We could do a doodle poll and just include all of them.
Right, but do you want Leah's contact information to put? I have a friend, Leah Claypool, and that's not the last name. What is Leah's last name? I can't remember right now.
Murray.
Murray, yeah, here it is. I could send you, well, or I could just tell you right now.
Yeah, just tell me.
Okay, it's Leah, Leah, at smjhouse.org.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll get an email out to everyone then.
Because then she's, you know, then at least we're not grabbing them from all over the place.
And then you want me to email Charlotte Helmer too, Jenna?
Sure,
Clear.
that's great.
Okay.
So have you had a conversation with her about it at all? Or you're just this, does she know that?
I mean, I talked to her a long time ago about it.
Yeah,
Whatever,
okay.
sure,
Well,
whatever.
she'll either say, I
I
can
don't
do
know
it.
if she's
can't.
available that date. you
Yeah.
know.
So when would they get the applications to look at them? I think we should give ourselves like a little bumper. I mean, if their meeting is the 30th, come on, it's, you know, at the most, we're gonna have 3 or 4. We don't know, but if by Friday we don't have anything, and we may need to write up some ourselves, you know, like nominate Planktown or nominate Emily or something ourselves, we could at least give a little more leeway that, or would that be fair? You know,
I mean,
push
at
out,
that point, I think it would just be a conversation. Maybe we need to talk to the mayor and be like,
we didn't
should
get
we
it.
just, select a couple of recipients this year
Uh-huh,
and give them an award, right? This is really just
right,
a recognition award. It's like, thanks for
right,
being great. Thanks for preserving
absolutely.
our community,
We
right?
could give,
So like, if we don't have any nominations, it's not unfair because nobody is,
right,
we're not like not giving one to somebody who nominated and just picking someone else out of a hat, right? Like
right,
literally nobody submitted. So,
right. If no one submits, that's what that's
but then
just
we don't probably need a jury
true,
unless we want to
true
do
that.
it as a jury to kind of conjure up ideas, but I feel like that's just gonna get really complicated and
So
lengthy.
should we wait a week before we contact the jury? You know, before Stacy sends out anything, you know, doing,
I think it'd be okay to like getting it on
okay,
people's radar. I mean, they're planning trips, like we need to lock them down and get a date scheduled, and I'm sure they
true,
won't be upset if we cancel.
right,
Like,
true
oh, I get my
that.
day back,
Yeah, true that. But what if, okay, we didn't get any nominations, so
We'll
we
just
don't
scrap
need
that.
jury, but then they find out that we did award it to someone. Do you see what I'm saying? It just seems kind of
I mean, we can just be transparent with them, like
about, yeah, okay,
we had limited, nominations. It turns out we aren't going to need to meet to convene the jury. We're just gonna present
Uh-huh.
awards. Like it's the mayor is just gonna, present
Right.
awards, and it's fine. It didn't need enough. We didn't have so many that we actually needed to do a jury.
we can blame it on the mayor. I love it. Let's blame it on the mayor. Because he nominated these people, so, okay. I'm good with it.
We could figure out a way to craft that message, but yeah, they probably won't be disappointed to get the day back.
No, I'm sure not.
Okay,
Okay,
so next Monday at 11:15.
Might as well keep
Okay.
it going.
Yeah,
It
and fingers
seems to be
crossed.
working.
I will get it scheduled. Thank you all.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye.
good luck to you, Tom. Yep.
Thank you.